Today, I feel like talking about...
Mighty Switch Force!
I said, today, I feel like talking about...
Mighty Switch Force 2!
What the deuce? Look, I just want to do a video about...
Mighty Switch Force Academy!
Yeah, that. Can I just do that? Please? Please.
Mighty Switch Force!
The first Mighty Switch Force by developers WayForward came out on a Nintendo 3DS all the way back in 2011, and it was a short but fantastic romp. The game stars Patricia Wagon, a police officer for the Galactic Penal Squad. Her job is to keep Planet Land safe and to round up the notorious criminals known as the Hooligan Sisters. The game outfits you with two tools to accomplish your mission: a pellet gun to shoot down enemies and obstacles that get in your way, and your helmet equipped with a siren that allows you to switch blocks in and out of the background and foreground, the latter tool being the main gimmick behind the game. Every level mixes puzzle solving and platforming with a little bit of combat, and the difficulty progression as you play the game is nice and steady. You'll be completing basic tasks in the first level, just like doing basic block switching and jumps, to using color-coded blocks, setting up monsters to be crushed, and learning how to time your jumps and anticipating your every move to clear each stage as painlessly as possible. Which you'll need to do as the game equips you with only 3 hit points. Get reckless and either get hit 3 times or fall into spikes, and your ass is sent back to the main menu, and you'll have to start the level all over. Not really a big penalty, but still worth noting. Plus, you can recover HP by collecting heart drives that are scattered all over, and even carried by some enemies. The game also adds in par times, which is perfect for speedrunners. To be honest, I rarely ever go for par times, but when I do, it feels good to achieve them because it means that I've mastered the level along with the game's mechanics. Also, this game is really cute. Like, really cute. The sprite work here is top notch, even on Nintendo 3DS, and with a boppin' soundtrack to go along with it, this game definitely fits that cutesy fun description. Yep, just another cute and fun platformer. Yo, like, what the name of the landfill known as New Jersey is that thing? But this game was so cute, man. Everything was perfect and pretty. All this chaos and violence was because of that thing? You know, maybe I'm being a little judgy. Maybe this guy is just a little misunderstood. He could be reasonable. He kidnapped them? Oh, hell to the no! Prepare to die, you big beastly bitch. Damn straight, it's celebratory dance time. Once you beat the game, you unlock extra levels and a more powerful gun that certainly helps with making your par times. Every shot from your gun travels fairly slowly, so if you run with it, you can use it to plow through waves of enemies. It can also instantly knock out various obstacles and even the stronger bad guys. We're just about done here, but it's worth noting that for as beautiful as this game is, it also has an HD, or Hyperdrive edition, which replaces the sprite art with high-quality hand-drawn 2D assets. I personally have no preference, but the Hyperdrive edition also comes with even more levels for you to master. Mighty Switch Force was great, and from what I could tell, it did really well, so 2 years later a sequel was due. And it in fact came in the form of...
Mighty Switch Force 2!
Ah yes, Mighty Switch Force 2. For the most part, this game is basically an example of the second verse being the same as the first. There are a few notable differences this time around though. The big one being that instead of a cop with a gun, Patricia is now a firefighter equipped with a fire hose. So now there are plenty of new elements to deal with on top of the obstacles from before. There are fire pits that you have to keep spraying in order to use them as platforms, wood you have to burn, mud you have to spray to dissolve, and keep from blocking your path. New fire-based monsters, new tunnel blocks you can use to redirect your water blasts, and, the biggest surprise of them all, fire. Yeah, who would have thought? Also added this time around are new color switches, warp pads, and a collectible in each level. That's right, for added replayability, now you not only have par times, but collectibles. And what are the collectibles I'm overhyping, you may ask? Babies! Yeah, I know it's fucking Garfield the cat, but... He's a baby to somebody. There is only one baby in every level, and they actually net you a bonus if you catch all of them. You get Patty in her gym attire. It's basically just a cosmetic change, so I never bothered to go out of my way to collect them all, but there is one reason why collecting them is a lot of fun. Yeah, I kid you not, you kick the babies. But anyway...
Hold right there.
What?
Did you feature a grown woman kicking a defenseless child in your video?
Well, actually, she's a cyborg and...
You son of a... Each bay.
What did I do wrong?
I hope you didn't mark this video for kids, cause I'm about to cope a feel.
Okay, where was I? So this game has plenty more for you to do. You even get to face off against another monster this time around. I mean, how else are you going to save the reformed hooligan sisters from utter peril? However, one drawback to Mighty Switch Force 2 is that there aren't any extra levels or content this time around. You do get the upgraded weapon again, that can somehow destroy wood with one squirt. That is some pretty strong water. Regardless, it's there to help improve your par time if you like. But other than that, Mighty Switch Force 2 is short and sweet. It did what it needed to improve upon the original. In my opinion, the sprite work is right up there, if not better in quality, and I think even the music was stepped up a notch to fit in with the theme of fire. That remix of the main theme that plays during the credits though. The only area the sequel falls short in is its length. This time only featuring the main 16 stages with nothing extra being unlocked after the campaign. This didn't get the best reaction from people, but the reaction was positive for the waterworks, so the series stuck with the firefighter gimmick for one other entry. This time on mobile devices, it's
Mighty Switch Force! Hose it down!
more so a spin-off than a main entry. This one is strictly a puzzle game. Here you have a square grid filled with different types of blocks that you can manipulate to put out fires and save any civilians that may be in harm's way. And that's about it. Hose It Down is just a simple but fun puzzle game, and it's rocking that sick soundtrack from the main series. If you like a nice mobile game to serve as a distraction, I'd say this one satisfies. And after that, there was one more main entry.
Mighty Switch Force Academy!
Released in 2015, this time Patty is a police cadet, and she ends up getting stuck in a simulation and is forced to capture the hooligan sisters again. I would say that this is the black sheep of the family, if only for one reason. That camera. Now, they did this for a reason. Mighty Switch Force Academy was designed with multiplayer co-op in mind. So they pulled the camera back so everyone playing could see the whole screen and their characters at once. I only played this in single player, so I can't tell you how that worked out, but I will say that having the camera like this definitely has its positives and negatives. On the upside, you can look through the whole level and better plot out your moves. You get the advantage of seeing everything and not having to guess or account for unforeseen obstacles. However, you better be playing with a big TV, because it is rather easy to lose track of yourself, especially in some of the crazier levels. Other than that, again, this is essentially the same game as before. There are new puzzle elements like blocks of different sizes that move in different patterns and wrap around a la Pac-Man. They help this game to achieve its own identity and allow it to do enough to differentiate it from the two games. Also, while the sprite work and music is more or less just as good as before, the environments and backgrounds are super trippy and helps to make this game feel more arcade-like. Also, after beating the campaign, they brought back bonus levels. This time they're just slightly reworked levels from the original game that fit the single screen format of Academy. It's actually pretty cool to see how they look from this perspective, so I'll definitely give WayForward credit for that. All in all, this wasn't a bad way to round out the series, which hasn't seen a new canonical entry since 2015. However, I have a feeling we may get something new at some point, since WayForward actually went out of their way to release the Mighty Switch Force collection last year, but you never know. Only time will tell. As for now, I can safely say that all these games are individually worth your time, as they aren't very long, and by the same token are fairly cheap. You can actually get the collection for like $20, which is a steal if you ask me. Just wish I would have jumped on the limited run game's physical release. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Well, that's all the time we have for today. So remember, kids, Never kick babies on camera. Or else, you could end up in jail, just like me.